The growth of the Indian economy in the first quarter of 2019 was just 5%, and Rajya Sabha MP Subramanian Swamy had something to say about it on Twitter today. Let's hear it from himself.
Well, you see, this is not new for me. What I've been warning from articles in newspapers, in op-eds, and in various talks around the country addressing economic groups like the stock market or those who chartered accountants and so on. I've been saying that the UPA had put in some time bombs, and we have not, defused those bombs. Mr. Jaitley couldn't do it because he didn't know any economics. He's not trained in economics. The Prime Minister also hasn't done formal education in economics. So I tried to put across the idea that we are now beginning to start on a tailspin. And this was my first article in 2015 in the Hindu newspaper. And since then I've been warning, writing to the Prime Minister and so on. Now what has happened is, since 2015 we have been sliding down. And now the quarter is down to 5%. That 5% is on current prices. I don't think in constant prices it will be more than 3.5%. That's a real collapse that we are heading for. And small and medium industries are closing down. Banks are on the verge of folding up. NFBCs, non-bank NBFCs, you see, they are about to wind up. So, I mean, we are facing essentially not a recession but a depression. Now, in this context, I said you had this target of $5 trillion. That would mean doubling of the GDP of 5 years, in the starting of the 5 years. That's now. That is 26th May 2019. And 2024, you say you will, at the end of 5 years, you will have 5 trillion. That means a growth rate of 14.5% per year. Every year, 14.5% average. That is what you are targeting. But you are not even able to cross 5% by your own calculation. And the trend is downwards. And we have now the mistakes of the UPA government, we are now paying for it by not correcting for it. So this is what I was drawing the attention. Of course, I have a book on this subject coming out, which I called it Reset, published by Rupa, which is is being released on 19th September. I have put all what needs to be done now. If the government wants to listen, they can listen. If they don't want to listen, well, they can pick up the pieces.
You've certainly written a book about the same topic, but if you could tell our viewers some immediate remedies that the government can...
No, I will not tell, because if the government is deaf, for the last 5 years they've been deaf to whatever I've been saying. So why should I say on the public domain? I'm not here to sell my ideas. If they want, they can consult me, I'll tell them. Because I can't tell, do this, I have to. The economics, there's no such thing as one measure. It is a interacting set of measures, because macroeconomics is a general equilibrium system. So I can't say to on a press interview that do this. I have said a few things. Abolish income tax, lower the interest rate for taking loans to 9%, and raise the interest rate on fixed deposit to also to 9%. But it has fallen on deaf ears.
So are you predicting that over the next few months or maybe years, we are set to fall further?
I had been predicting to 2015 that the growth rate is going to go on down. And it's going down. Now, it's no pleasure for me. And we in BJP holding the bag for the UPA, that's even more tragic, you see. What they put into operations, what they put in their policy today, it's having an effect today. And the process had started as early as 2015. So I personally think that You can't do it just by consolidating banks and so on. Even that is going to cause unemployment because so many branches are going to be closed down. It's a diversion of your interest to doing this bureaucratic business of amalgamating banks. So, it shows lack of understanding of economics. And we will have, in my opinion, I said we are in a tailspin always ends in a crash. So we could have a crash starting from December.
So that's what Rajya Sabha MP Subramanian Swamy has to say, that there might be a market crash somewhere around December or just after that, because he says that we are in a tailspin, the economy is in a tailspin. With video journalist Shibli, this is Aditya Nair for NewsX.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.